Welcome to Newsy's election night coverage. I'm Zach Toombs.
And I'm Kate Grumke, and we're going to give you a little preview on what you should be watching for tonight.
So we want to start by talking about 3 states to watch for in the presidential race tonight between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. This is a 538 poll projection. So this is what Nate Silver and his gang are looking at. And they have Florida and North Carolina just very narrowly in Clinton's corner right now, in her column. Now, right now you can see the spread is pretty far, but this is a little deceiving because this is going to be an unpredictable night in a lot of ways. A lot of these states are toss-ups. They're within the margin of error, and so a lot of these states could go one way or the other. Starting with Florida, this one's very important. Right now it might be in the Clinton camp, but Donald Trump almost has to win this to have any sort of path forward. You can see even if he wins this very important state of Florida, he still has a decent ways to go here. So in addition to Florida, he's going to have to pick up likely North Carolina. Now, Florida and North Carolina, this being a must-win for Trump, North Carolina being one that has bounced back and forth between Clinton and Trump in polling over the past few months. Now, additionally, Virginia, right above North Carolina, this is a Clinton must-win. She's led there consistently over the past few months throughout the race, and Donald Trump has tanked there, his support just completely decaying. So if Clinton performs poorly here or Trump wins Virginia, this bodes very poorly for Hillary Clinton throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah, and let me just give you an idea of how important Florida is for Donald Trump. So say he has an amazing night. He picks up New Hampshire, he picks up Pennsylvania, and Virginia, so the entire East Coast. If he loses Florida and Clinton takes Florida, then he hasn't gotten 270. And so then after that, I think really his only chance would be Nevada. And so if Clinton wins Florida, Trump wins everything else, we need to wait for Nevada polls to close, which is kind of going to happen later in the night.
It shows how important Florida is, and it's important every 4 years.
Yeah, so speaking of Florida, as far as times, so most of Florida is going to call it at about 7 p.m. Eastern, but not all of the polls will have closed until 8 p.m. Eastern, so wait until about 8 p.m. Eastern to start to look for those results.
That's a good time to tune in.
Yeah, definitely. By then, half of the states will have made a call.
All right, let's also talk about the Senate races because the Senate is almost a complete toss-up right now.
Yeah, so the Democrats need to win 5 states in order to flip the Senate to Democratic control.
Right, and a few of those states where it's been close, where Democrats can pick up a seat from an incumbent Republican, include New Hampshire, where Kelly Ayotte has had a tough time. And where Maggie Hassan has very much gained on her. Jason Kander in Missouri, despite being a big underdog to Roy Blunt, the Republican incumbent, stands a good chance there and is within the margin of error in some polling, some recent polling. Yeah. Going out west, there are a couple of historic firsts that could happen as well.
Yeah, so Nevada Senate race is also pretty close, and if the Democrats win, Nevada is actually potentially a historic race. So Catherine Cortez Masto is trying to fill Harry Reid's seat and be the Democratic senator, and if she wins, she would be the first ever Latina in the Senate.
It's not a pickup because Harry Reid does have the seat currently, so It would be a Democrat passing to a Democrat, but that's still an important
Our first ever Hispanic
milestone.
Woman. Pretty big.
And another state out west, California, is poised to cross a milestone as well tonight on the Senate.
So California has a Democrat versus Democrat race, but if Kamala Harris wins, then she would be the first ever biracial woman to be in the Senate.
Right. California, let's move to ballot initiatives because there are a lot of important ballot initiatives throughout the country, but especially in California. California voters are going to the polls today and voting on guns, closing loopholes on ammunition, the death penalty, whether to ban it.
A huge one is going to be recreational marijuana.
Right.
So tonight there's actually 9 states that are voting to make marijuana more legal. So 4 of those are potentially going to be adding recreational marijuana. California is one of them, which that's a huge population that would maybe have recreational marijuana. And then the rest are considering legalizing medical marijuana.
So we're going to be focusing not just on Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. You can go to CNN if that's all you want for the night. We want to focus on ballot initiatives like the ones that are happening in California, some of the big Senate races tonight, and those milestones that we mentioned with the first Latina who could be coming to the U.S. Senate, the first biracial senator who could be coming in, the first woman. Stay tuned with Newsy. We've got Newsy Live as well on our over-the-top TV channel, so Apple TV and Roku, for continuous coverage, and of course on Twitter and Facebook and all of our social platforms.